Hello everyone, welcome back. As you see, I've done all the base painting for the both aircrafts. This is the Hasegawa one, this is the Hobby Boss one there on the bottom. Put, place the tail fins and the exhaust in place just for show right now. They're not actually glued in place. Now the Hasegawa is a basic overall gray with the black nose there, anti-glare, the white wheel wells, as you see there. Following the these are not glued on from this decal sheet here, which I'm going to be doing the top one here. So no drama there for the Hobby Boss painting it. This is just was Stein Res black prime for both of them, and then the gray on top, and then the black. This is the Hobby Boss one. The black is Stein Res, the white is Stein Res, and then the gray is. This is actually I think I used Tester's light gold gray for the grays, both aircraft. So here's it all painted up on the white underbelly. When I painted this, I did the black at the gray, and then I masked things off to paint the black again and paint the white. I probably should have done it backwards, and after I painted the black base, masked out the black areas, come back, paint in the white areas, mask those off, and then come back and paint the gray on top. I think I would have done would have saved me a lot more masking time and painting time and paint overall doing that. I do want to point out on the Hobby Boss one, these color callouts are not exactly the best or almost accurate. So if you take a look here, it doesn't really tell you to do the white behind the AJ, behind the Black Aces logo there. Doesn't tell you to paint that white either. Shows you that's white, but doesn't tell you to do so. So just FYI. So just pay attention to the color callouts if you're doing these. All right. One other thing, just to point out here for the wings, I cut off the that little gear set there. Just makes it easier to put the wings on and off, so I can paint them and weather them separately. All right, and so my next step is going to be working on doing the decals for both aircraft. And while the decals are settling and drying, I'm going to move on to the weapons and finish those off and do some weathering and finish up the aircraft. So I shall be back. Thank you. Hello, welcome back. Okay, I have, as you can see here, done a lot of progress here in the past week. Did all the decals and did some weathering on the aircraft. Just really quick about the decals. Those aftermarket decals that I got for this kit, ones I showed you before, they're not that great. I mean, I don't know, just because since I got them off of eBay, maybe they've been sitting around too long, and they just went bad. But they just didn't really go out too well. If you can see, there's a little bit of really shininess, a little bit of silvering here and there, which is unfortunate, So not the greatest decals for that. But yeah, otherwise so far they settle. We'll see how it looks like once you do a matte coat here. The Hobby Boss decals, I mean, that went down really great. I mean, I really didn't have any issues with them. I think they settled down pretty well. Once I put a matte coat on it, that should pretty much disappear into the fuselage and so forth, and panel license, as you see there. As far as the decals for the missiles and so forth, there were a lot of them. I mean, for example, the 54s here, the Phoenix missiles, I believe it's like 19 decals for each one of these. So you imagine that's almost 80 decals just on those 4 rockets, missiles on their own. So that's quite a bit of decals. So that's what takes a little bit of while to take. Also some decals. It goes for the sparrows here. You can see that. But they settled down pretty well. I also did some paintings of the lights that you see here on the corners, on the edges. One problem decal did have with this was the slime lights decals that go here at the tip of wings. These little pale yellow. They didn't conform too well, so what I wound up just mixing up some white and yellow and painting those on. But otherwise, everything here seemed to settle pretty well. You can see there in the tail, for example. One other thing, actually both kits, the decals here for the front part here for the rescue. The way they have the decals, this larger yellow part is over here off to the side, where the slime lights, these little pale yellow squares are, which is incorrect. And this was on both kits, on both decal sets, so I cut that off and placed it where it should be, which is down there. But other than that, the decals went on fine. As you see, I put on some of the fuel tanks, the A54s, the gear doors, and so forth. So I just got little bits and bobs to finish up. Man, like all the little tubes, pitot tubes, air tubes. Sorry, focus. Finish those up, put those on. I also got to finish up the seats. These are the two seats you see here. This is the resin. This is the kit part I'll use for the Hasegawa. All painted up, weathered up, dry brushed. And for this, I just got to put on the pull cords here for the that you see here, 32 and 33. And I'm done with the seats. So I'm going to do next, put a matte coat over all of this, seal it up, finish up the seats, pull off the masking of the canopy, put in the seats, put in little bits and bobs, and that should be it. So the next set should be the final. All right, thanks for watching. Hello and welcome back, and here is the final reveal of the F-14A. On top, this is the Hasegawa, this is the Hobby Boss. So I'm just give you a quick little tour. So overall, what do you think of the kits? Well, the old Hasegawa, I mean, this is from 1978, and although you can get these pretty inexpensively, I would probably pass on this particular kit. Making up for under 20 bucks or so, but I would pass on it, to tell you the truth. I'd rather spend a few bucks and get something which has better detail, goes together with less drama, less filling, and so forth. Like the Hobby Boss, I think it's a pretty good kit for the money. I've seen these go anywhere from on sale from the mid-20s to about 30, and I think between these two, definitely the better kit to get. Now Hasegawa does make a newer from 1988, I believe, that came out, mold, which has a whole totally different from this kit as far as details and so forth. That's much better if you want to get a Hasegawa one. Alright, so here's the Hobby Boss one. Everything in place. The canopy, the seats. See also there I tinted the front glass. Give you guys a little view there, and underneath. So I try holding this without, oops, dropping or breaking anything. Oh, it's good to fill off anyway, so I can show you a bit better the cockpit there. Let's see, focus. There in the seats there with the photo etch ejection handles there. All painted up. Put the canopy back on. Well, anyway, pretty good build. So, like I said, I wouldn't recommend this older Hasegawa one, even though it's really cheap. I would get the Hobby Boss one before that, or I would look into the Hasegawa newer mold from 1988, which is considerably more expensive than this older one. Anyway, so I'll put some photos up here at the end and show you. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.